I am incredibly excited to introduce, for the first time in too long, my favorite player, at least at the time, and hopefully he can claim that title again. The Chess Master is back. It's TY. In this GSL qualifying match, he's up against a mainstay, also returned recently, showing some success, though not reaching the peak that TY has in his prime. It's, of course, Classic. Now, it's been a bit of a rocky start for the Chess Master. He's played in a few tournaments. He did not qualify. He got knocked out by Scarlet in the last GSL qualifiers. But he's having another go of it. This is the final round to determine who's going to make it through this season and potentially reclaim their spot. Fun fact, TY is actually well known for skipping or not showing up for his job. Yeah, you might be wondering, well, Winter, that doesn't sound like the Chess Master. Well, his job was casting in GSL. He actually was on the casting desk, but he didn't even show up for the finals to cast because he was busy beating Maru. Yes, in one of the seasons he was casting, he did not cast the finals because he was busy winning it. Which, you know, I don't know how that makes me feel. I don't like to think about it. But if I make you feel a little bit better most days, well, can I get 1,069 likes on this video? Cast another series, hopefully more TY. Not that I don't like Classic, but I have a favorite here. I'm not even going to pretend to be unbiased. Though usually I'm so perfectly unbiased, right? But thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. And I am excited. I've said that. I'm going to keep saying it. One of my favorite series of all time. Actually, one of the first series I ever cast. I've been casting a long time. Don't like to think about how long, but one of the first series I really feel like was one of my first real pro casts was 2017. TY versus Stats. The IEM Katowice, I believe, hundreds of thousands of dollars finals. I won't spoil it for you. It was, I believe it went the full distance, 7 games. By the way, Stats is back as well. We might be covering that later. But that was one of the highlight series of all of StarCraft 2. Still worth watching today. I'm hinting to slightly. Thank you, person in the comments, for linking it. Jimmy, make sure to give him a heart or something like that. Whatever it is we do for good comments, besides just chuckling at them and forgetting to respond. No. Anyways. So, best of 3. It's starting out. I'm sorry. We're 5 minutes in. There has been a couple SCVs and a Marine have been picked up and knocked down, it looks like, by the Phoenixes. Missile turrets dotting the field here. Overall, nothing too particularly aggressive. As TY has rushed 3 command centers. Classic has 3 Nexi, though his third is not even finished yet. So TY clearly on the greedier side of things here. Now, when players go to their military service, a lot of players choose, as you might expect, a bit more of, oh god. The Scouting Immortal. Classic tactic. Literally. But a lot of players choose, there are a lot of roles, apparently. And you can essentially work from home. You're just not allowed to participate in tournaments. You have to be on call and such. So, a lot of players are still playing during their service. They're just not allowed to play in like GSL and stuff like that. So, I don't think TY's completely out of the meta. It's not like the meta or builds, some of which he pioneered, have shifted in a dramatic fashion in the last couple years, for better or worse. So, wow, these Phoenixes are doing a surprising amount. TY just sending his Marines in the medevacs. Trust a classic Wandering force field locks in the SCVs, but then he lifts the command center. Unfortunately, those force fields will lock them in. Is there enough? There's enough for a recall, but recalling directly on the top of the Marines is usually not the ideal play. He's going to do it anyways. TY picks up. Most of a little late on the Marine pickup there means that forced back by the Phoenixes. So a bit of counter damage dealt overall. TY ends up with 48 workers. There's only one Marauder in this army. The force fields are looking really good for Classic, which is something difficult to pull off. But Vikings already joining the field. How many Vikings? He's only built 2. Yeah, TY never one to shy away from directly countering his opponent. A lot of Terrans, Beyond. Now, oh my god, the most relatable Terran. He's walled off his siege tank. Now you'll get the people who, yeah, I saw the comments on my YouTube short, like, just pick it up with a medevac. Well, looks like TY's just gonna pick it up with a medevac. But that is not a long-term solution. You can't just be ferrying back and forth with a medevac. I mean, technically you can. Okay, now what? Now there's another tank out here. Yeah, there you go. Well, they'll blast his way through the missile turret. I'm not even 100% sure that will solve the problem. Looks like he can, yeah, there you go. Okay. Well, I'm not an expert on the matter, clearly. Classic going through the rocks up to the north side. The Zealots? Just Zealots warping in at a spylon over here. The Vikings will find them. In an interesting change of events. They don't have charge, so they will use the charge that just finished to try to run away. TY hunts them down. Here comes Classic, though. As 3 siege tanks stuck up in the front. The Bio Army a little out of position. Siege tanks not perfectly targeted onto the Colossi. Hallucinated Colossus out in front. Even though the turret detects it, means it eats some of the shots. Though, I'm not sure how intentional it was. That's like juggling out of the Viking hits, but there's still enough Vikings. Kills the Observer. TY at 62 SCV, 69 probes for Classic, who's now got a 4th Nexus as well. Another attack deflected. Both players looking for opportunities to get critical damage early, but neither really landing their blows. TY has all his production spun up now. He's got the 5 racks. He's got the factory, which he's recently unwalled off. He's got the reactored starport. 7 Vikings, 3 medevacs. Up against Classic, who now has 4 bases, 8 gates, 2 robos. So both sides with full mid-game production. But they haven't yet worked into that late-game remax potential, if you would. The 4th Command Center, Zealot comes in, murders the SCV, pretends it never happened, runs away. Warp Prism, but TY has predicted this, and the Warp Prism goes down. Not even close to the base. Perimeter defense on point. I don't know if he had a unit on the other side of the map, or if he just knows Protoss. If you have a Warp Prism at this stage of the game, you're likely going to be using it to keep the Terran army tied at home and blunt the force of any sort of attack. And if they don't keep that army at home, well, guess what? You're going to do a bunch of economic damage. So the Warp Prism has a clear use there that TY predicted and dealt with. Scanning forward, that's mostly for observers, but ends up finding a Zealot, which is, you know, the mineral-only version of an observer. More barracks on the way. A 3rd robo for Classic, who loves his tech play. SCV may have spotted the Zealot counter-attack bunker. Not an incredible spot. More scans. Venn scan there. Zealots into the 3rd. Yeah, the bunker isn't in a perfect spot to deal with this. So the SCVs, oh god, it's gonna get weird. 4th Command Center floats right into the main army. I don't think he expected Classic to go all the way with this, but he was prepared to do so. Well, here we go. Neither side gonna be able to build more units. Try to get some of the probes out now. Disruptors, part of the army. Bunker holding for now, but fires off a volley, which kills several of the Zealots. I think that may be a bit unnecessary. Liberators on the high ground. A fortuitous timing right as the base trade heats up. Siege tanks blasting through the natural. Bio army targeting down the 4th. TY trying to hold his main, but blank stalkers up to the side. More Vikings, more Liberators. He has so many starport units. TY is holding 2 orbital commands. The Vikings knock down the Colossus, and Classic is unable to break the main. The choke point is asphyxiating here, and he's now got Vikings on the deck. He dodges it, didn't quite work. He drops right back down. Vikings, disruptor shot, dodges the disruptor shots with the Vikings in the air. Classic's broken his way in, but the Vikings take down the War Prism, so whatever minor reinforcements he would have been able to add are not going to happen. TY has picked up and is evacuating his main. Does he have enough left over? The SCVs have been slaughtered. He's down to 6, but still several orbital commands. +2, +3 was trying to chrono boost him out. He may actually finish the +3 weapons upgrade. It's unclear here, as there's still a Nexus somewhere. He's found it. Building another supply depot is TY while he still can. Preparing. If he can get enough supply depots, he could technically rebuild. The anti-air is only 4 stalkers. He can't deal with this many orbitals. He's trying to blink to kill the orbitals. The army supplies are about even. This situation is very odd. Orbitals on the run. Only one of them, I think, will go down. TY is creating a fortress at Classic's natural in order to hold it. He recognizes the stalkers will not be able to get. What is happening? TY realized the situation, I think, quick enough. Oh, he really wants to save. 1 orbital is not enough. 2 is an important number. There's still the disruptors here, though. The disruptors are hugging the blink stalkers, trying to minimize. Oh, he wants to save it. He doesn't get it. But now TY has reclaimed, or claimed, rather, Classic's base. The +3 weapons did finish. So, here we are. In 2 minutes, we went from a normal mech. Oh, God. That recall was the worst possible timing. He recalls his probes from the main and they have to run immediately. Oh no. Oh no, Classic doesn't have enough to rebuild. It's a disaster. He cancels. He's at 356 minerals. TY has reached checkmate. TY is mining. He has SCVs. Classic can no longer mine. Now Classic has not. Oh God, and that tells TY all he needs to know. How has this happened? He's taken his natural. Oh my God. And the supply depot wall. He's trying to break through. The disruptor shots are fired, but the siege tank target fire is devastating. And TY 2 steps ahead. The chess master locks it down. I don't know if he planned on the base trade, but he clearly adapted to it so quickly. Classic almost got it there. If those Liberators at exactly the right time. If he hadn't had the Liberators delaying the attack on the main, then I don't think TY, Classic lost so many Stalkers to Liberators and landed Vikings. What? If he had 20 Stalkers instead of 4, that's a much higher number. I said, always the mathematical enthusiast, but... Alright, Jimmy. Game 2, please. Here we are. A Macarex from TY. Named after the player who pretty much that's his claim to fame. Instead of proxying the Rex, you just kind of put it right outside your base so they freak out, and then float it back in, which only takes like 10 seconds. So, almost entirely a mind game there, but quite an effective one. It's low risk, medium high reward, I would say. Some players have learned not to take it particularly seriously. If you don't see the Rex itself, you don't worry too much about it. There's already a Zealot headed out. But, oh yeah, the Reaper timing will give it away, by the way. The fact that that probe died to the Reaper so quickly means that the Reaper was built quite close to the base. And because he knows the Reaper was revealed, TY sitting back, waiting for his opportunity. Yeah, he understands that he's given away essentially his advantage on the Reaper there with the probe scout. So he waited at least until a Zealot could come across, and actually now with an Adept here, TY sent the Reaper across. So this is 100% mapped out. This is classic TY, all puns intended. He is not necessarily, not quite like I would describe Cure, but not 100% a micro player, but a mind game player who has all of these timings mapped out, knows exactly when, and now comes into the natural, keeps another Adept at home. Classic with some pretty crazy aggression here, but the repair is just barely in time. The Reaper may wander in, not quite. I think he spotted the Adepts there for a split second. Phoenix on the way again. I love the Phoenix choice. I think it is the best opener. Though it is, but like, honestly, all Protoss openers are quite brittle. They all rely on your units staying on the bleeding edge of their ability without stepping over the line or flying. And that line is usually a Widow Mine or a Cyclone lock-on, but using Phoenix Lift, War Prism juggling, Blink Stalkers to their fullest extent without overcommitting is what Protoss builds off of, especially in this matchup where map control is ever. We saw what happened when you don't have map control that last game. Chaos. And chaos usually favors the race that can pick up their entire life and float it across the map. So I can't believe how ready TY was for that base trade. I joke the CHESSMASTER, but oh my god. Like, that was handled so well, so quickly. I don't think Classic, like, made huge mistakes. It's just he wasn't ready for how quickly TY reestablished himself in Classic's base. All right, well, here we have siege tanks. Is this going to be a tank push? One SCV. So, okay. All right. There we are. This is just too much not to bring the tech to boys. What a mini map though. And trickling across. Cyclone blasted by the Immortals there. But the siege tanks are already here. There's a shield battery, but siege tank targeted. The Immortal itself though. Shield battery has to be respected. Not too much. Not much respect. Just a little. Shield battery overcharge use. But TY walking up like he owns the place. And based on our one game so far, he may very well end up doing so. Missile turret. Designating the Phoenixes as the larger threat. Oh, even a Colossus. So missile turret doubly effective. If he could ever get one. Doesn't find it. Siege tank lifted, immediately put back down. Immortal obliterated. Well, down goes another. There's just the one Colossus. It's roasting. TY slaps down a couple bunkers. Now just trying to make sure those siege tanks don't get attacked here. Missile turrets are outranged by Colossi. This is, well, I've seen Classic handle these positions before. As I'm reminded of Bunny versus Classic in, I believe it was I Am Katowice, where Bunny did like a 15-minute long bunker push that Classic eventually broke out of to win the game. But what an arduous process. But here, TY, does he have a third command? He does. Third command center is started. Bunkers are being added. He's just, what is this? Well, there are 3 Colossi in range. Extended thermal lance! And he gets out in time. He unsieges, recognizing the vulnerability. And the SCVs will repair. I heard a Void Ray. Void Ray's out. He remembers that unit exists. So the Void Ray, not a horrible counter to be able to burn through small amounts of things like turrets and bunkers. The Marines, though, and the existence of missile turrets is a Marine tank bunker push. Well, all right, Classic. What do you... Classic has not lost. I want, like, to make it clear, this looks very bad. But it is, if this gets broken, there's not much behind it. TY has no upgrades. He's just now building his starport. He does have a third command center, but Classic has taken a base out on the map. So that's how that... Sit down, sir. TY still manages to move it in time. Charge is on the way. Is he abandoning the front? Oh, Disruptor gonna slowly start chipping away. Oh my god, did the tank live? Charge is not done. The Marines have stim. They're chasing down. Why are we melee units? Why are you talking out loud, Bob? Stop thinking so loud. Well, that was a little sad. But the Disruptors and the extended thermal lance Colossi, TY salvages a bunker. The bunkers, well, there's still a lot of tanks here. Oh no, we don't mind. I think was spotted and dealt with a huge amount of charge lots. Ready for a counter. TY intercepts the Phoenix, knocks it down. TY gonna repair. Oh my god, he's just gonna repair it. Big counter attack. But the supply depots are set up in such a way that the Zealots have trouble really getting to the Marine. The boys are pulled. And it looks like the charge lots will be dealt with. A little painful, but TY is starting to carve out quite a supply lead here. God, this contain, though. It's been a while since we saw a hard contain like this. Clearly, well, Classic has made a huge move with the hidden base. Though, if it gets spotted, it's easy pickings right now, as Classic is still... Oh my god. Yeah, he didn't want to target the okay. Fuck that Marine in particular. Alright. Disruptors. Blast through the bunker. As well as one of the siege tanks. Classic continually sending in waves of counterattacks. I'm kind of surprised TY hasn't figured out the hidden base. That's the only move here that he hasn't predicted. He's looking like he's scouring this side of the map. Disruptors, at what point? It's time to go. He decides to use the few units he has. Disruptor shot as well. Colossi getting targeted, but Classic breaking out. And most of his core units are still alive here. Yeah, it hurts. But, well, a double drop into the main. Curse your sudden but inevitable double drop. Blink is just started. That's a long way off. Oh god, the Sim City here. I don't even know what it was designed to do, but it's certainly not helping now. As it's just making it easier for TY. The hidden base, though. This is... Oh, TY's thinking. He's not thinking exactly, though. Oh, he finds the... Wait, no, he actually... went all the way down here. Yeah, that... I'd love to see TY's face right now. As, he's got a... That was free. That was free at every moment right up until about a minute ago, when Classic finally broke out. And now, this is trouble. SCV's pre-pulled to the front line, trying to hold. Disruptor finds a tank. More Disruptors getting caught on the turret, which means the tanks will live. Disruptor shot. Tanked by the tank. But TY, the double drop. Not again. Oh, no. Oh, and a drop. Whoa. Oh, God. It's happening again. The turret actually doing a lot of damage to the Colossus. Disruptor shot. Finds one Marine. SCVs holding the line. Oh, dodges out of the Ruptor. Back onto the top. TY may actually be holding with his reinforcements. Takes out the Colossus. Mule up mid-fight. That's almost insulting. Gets a Disruptor. Charge the probes! Probes! Oh my gosh. What a mess. Oh my, Disruptor shot. Point blank. Looks for more. GG! TY is back in the GSL. What a play. What a series. The Chessmaster is back in full form. That was... Oh... And Classic making a great series for us there, but clearly struggling. So TY will be back in the newest season of GSL. And I'm very excited for it. And we're going to have the replay. So if you enjoyed the TY, make sure to like and subscribe. And I'm probably going to cover most of his games throughout the GSL. But that brings us to our bonus series. Yes, a full series. And why a full series? Because I'm going to spoil it for you guys. This is the anti-spoiler bonus series. Both of these games are less than 5 minutes. Special versus Solar. Also to qualify for the GSL. There's no way. I could have cast this series as a YouTube short. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the shorts, by the way. But, okay, not exactly, but, like, pretty close. So both this entire series is well under 10 minutes. So I thought, well, that makes sense because there's no way we're casting independently. So I had it in my pocket, didn't take up much space, but I was wondering when we'd add it in, and we've gotten a little better. I've got kind of a repertoire, if you would. Well, usually what I'll do is I'll go through tournaments and stuff, and I'll try not to spoil myself on who wins, but if I notice a series is either very short or maybe has like one standout game or something, I'll have that, and then if we have another series from the tournament, I'll slap it on the back for your bonus games here. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying that. It's been well received, I think. And it allows me to see even more good games, especially those games that usually wouldn't be as great for the algorithm on their own. But it's time for a drone strike. The Marine, surrounded. The drones actually get it. This is a 3 racks, but Solar is... Oh my god, he gets a second Marine. There's more Marines coming up, but this... Yeah, wow. Okay. He is losing a lot. He lost several to start. But remember, drones that are murdering Marines are not mining. Fun fact. You cannot... this isn't Diablo 4. You can't just turn blood into your magical minerals or whatever to do whatever you want. It doesn't work like that. A couple Zerglings. Catch the reinforcements. Alright, so. Was it worth it? It's always this awkward spot when you pull the drones. Even if you stop the first wave, the proxy was so far back. That's part of the reason why Special wasn't able to get up the ramp, but... Will Solar. I already spoiled it. The game will end in the next couple minutes, so... Mostly, I think, that indicates that Special is going to just walk up and kill him in the most painful and kind of sad fashion possible. But, you know, anything could happen. But I think that's most likely. Really? Really special? What? He starts the command center. I think that was for show. Solar is building... He's just pulling the rest of the boys here. Well, here we are. Well, the boys are back in town. There's 2 spine crawlers. I'm not sure if he knew about the spine count. Special is risking it all here. Transfuse on the spine. The drone count is the special down to 2 LCVs, which is not very many. He does have mules. That one spine crawler is the real MVP. I believe there were Zerglings in the base, but then they left because the supply depots are open. Speed is done. There's still 18 drones for Solar, so I guess, yeah, I mean, I guess Solar Special just goes all out. Well, all right. Let's hop into game 2, Jimmy. Let's see if there's something dramatically different. Not again. You know what they'll never expect. Are you kidding me, Special? Yeah. Yep, by the way. Yep. In case you were wondering. Except this time it's a little different. This time, he's gonna do like the split Reaper proxy. So a little more nuance here. Not much more nuance, but a little. I don't know. I think he misjudged the scenario a bit. Like, pulling the boys the second time, he did have the SCV lead at that time. It is a little hard to kind of thread the needle from continuing to build Marines, then going back home and macroing it out. But it does feel like a haphazard kind of, fuck it, like situation. Where he just decided he was going. All right, so double Rax Reaper. Did Solar spot the second Rax? And does it matter? He sees the command center timing, which gives some of it away. All right. Zerglings. So, there's a few things you need to do with an early, like, Reaper pressure. And I think number 1 on the list is reconsider your life choices, Special. What are you doing? And then, second on the list is don't lose your Reapers. So this is not going well. Speed is done, by the way. He's got vision here. But with only 3 Reapers, well, all I ask you today, dear viewer, who is enjoying the bonus series, is please give more likes than Special gave fucks about this series. Okay. All right, and then it's just 3 minutes and 30. It's over. All right, well, that didn't even, we didn't even pad for enough time, Jimmy. Usually we're aiming for about 40 minutes on the videos. That's what YouTube is, I've been kind of trained to figure. Well, thanks for watching. TY, the Chess Master, Special, the Cheese Platinum Leaguer today. I know Special is a great player, but today, He flew a little too close to the solar. Anyways, thank you for watching. I hope I made your day a little bit better. Good luck. Have fun. See you next time. See you tomorrow. Stay chill.